Hey guys, welcome back. So far we discussed about the select and from clauses, and the select clause returns all the rows of a relation. But sometimes we need filtered or specific data in our result, and we can achieve this using where clause in our SQL query. Now in this lecture we will learn about the where clause. So what is the where clause? Okay, so where clause is used to filter the results. Okay, because when we run the select star from employees, for example, or select star from students, then we get all the data exist in the students or employees table. Okay, but if we need filtered data, then we need to use the where query, and you must specify some condition within the where clause. The condition can be any logical operation, just like we use with if else in our programming languages. Okay, and you can see the example syntax of where clause on my screen. Okay, suppose you have a table with name employee in your database where employee table has a salary attribute. Okay, and you want to retrieve all the employees with salary greater than 25,000, then you need to write your SQL query like this. So here you can see select star from employees where salary greater than 25,000. Okay, and for another example you can consider another table, let's say players. Okay, and which has a country attribute, and you want to fetch all the players which belongs to India or where country is India. So you can write a query like select star from players where country equal to India. Okay. So here you can see that in the where clause, what we are providing the logical operation. Here you can see salary greater than 25,000, and here country equal to India. And once this condition get passed or matched, your where clause will return the result, else it will result an empty relation. Okay, when condition or when logic provided in the where clause get fails or unmatched. Okay, now let's try this in our case. Okay, if we want to display students in our database, we need to use select star from a student. Okay, and let's try this running on the PSQL console. So first is to the terminal and open the PSQL console. So sudo hyphen u PSQL. Okay, and now what we need to do, that we first need to fetch all the students. Select star from students. Okay, and now when you run this query you will see all the students existing in the database. Okay, but now suppose we only need the students where student ID is greater than 4. Okay, then how to achieve it? So we can achieve this using simply where clause. Okay, or we can simply use the where clause in our query. Okay, so let's write the query with where clause. So what we can do here, select star from student where ID is greater than 4. Okay, and when you run this query first scan or first traverse or entire students table, and then find all the records matching with the condition into the where clause. Okay, so here you can see that into this condition we have only one record which is greater, which has the ID greater than 4, and when you run this query you will get that query into the result. Okay, now let's try to put a false condition in the where clause of our query. Okay, let's try to find all the students where ID is greater than 40, and in the students table on my screen you can see that we do not have any students with ID greater than 40. So let's put the false condition here. So what we can do, select star from students where ID greater than 40. Okay, and when you run this query you will see that we are getting a relation in the result with zero results. That means we are getting an empty results in the result. And why? Because the condition in where class does not match any record. Okay, and based upon your needs you can change conditions in your where clause. So you can also provide multiple conditions to be matched to filter the results. For example, let's try to find all students with ID greater than 4 and address is Indore, India. So what we can do here, greater than 4, and we need to use the and operator here. So and address equal to Indore, India. Okay, and when you run this query you will see that there is no rows in the resulting relation. Why? Because we, here you can see that we have only one record where ID is greater than 5 and the address is Jaipur, India. Okay, and you can change this condition as well. For example, let's change the query that we need to fetch all the students where ID is greater than 4 or the address is Indore, India. So now what we need to do, that we just need to change our logical operator here and replace this end by or. Okay, and now when you run this query you will see that in the resulting relation we are getting all the records where address is either Indore, India, or ID is greater than 4. Okay, and this is working. And here you can see that we provided multiple conditions in our where clause. Okay, and we use the and or logical operators, and just like and or, you can also use other logical operators like not, between, and so on in the where clause, and we will try all these in upcoming lectures. Okay, but here we are done for this lecture. So here we discuss the where clause in details. Okay, let's try this lecture at your end as much as you can, and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.